G'day folk, this is about cash flow budgets. I prepare these YouTube clips because as a student I was regularly lost with things to do with maths and stats. I'm hoping that something in here will be useful to all of you, but primarily I'm talking to those who are not familiar. Okay, we're in the Learn site, Field Trip 2 Cash Flow Budget folder. We're in this spreadsheet. I'm going to cover freezing panes, comments, showing hiding, $C, $15, how we manage that in a calculation. Some things happen this month, but we pay for them next month. How do we deal with that? Inflation adjustment, we'll add a 6% to our financial budget manual info that's a bit out of date. We'll learn how to extend and drag calculations over rows and columns at the same time. Linking to another worksheet for the cash flow. I've just covered that up there. Another time, sensitivity. Please post a comment or two. I'll learn from your responses. Thank you. Okay, you have this spreadsheet. We just want to drag the months, and these values are per hectare values. Wheat per hectare. We've got 33 hectares. That becomes important in a moment, but right now we're just adding the values from the budget manual on a per hectare basis. When we apply spray with the farm we're talking about, the farmer does the application, so all we need to do out of the financial budget manual is capture herbicides, pesticides, fertilizer and seed. I haven't got the fertilizer at this point. I'm just wanting to give you a sense of how this process works. I want to do freezing of a pane, so I come in here, I click freeze panes, and now as I come across, it's holding there, and I come back and it will hold there. So that's a useful little skill to have. I've put some comments in for you. Review, show all comments, hide all comments. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, or I hope it does. We want to start calculating the costs for the total wheat crop, not just on a per hectare basis. We've got 33 hectares, so this cell here is going to be this times that with an inflation adjustment equals, I use a lot of brackets in my maths just to keep me sweet. That cell is going to be used right through the next few calculations. I don't want it to move, so I just tap F4. That gives me the required dollar symbols times this. That will move, and I want to add 100, and I want to add 6% to this, so I go 106 divide, and that's the calculation that will do what we want. So with 33 hectares, we've got $105, and we just have a wee look at that in a moment. But right now I want to drag this, so I want to drag it down through here, and that means it's looking at those three cells and it's creating what we require. And now I can drag through here. Oops, sorry. I want to grab all three of these and drag right through. And now in one foul swoop I have been able to create the whole of that with all of the required calculations. So this here, I'm always coming back to that 33. It's always coming back to the 33. Wherever I am, I'm starting with the 33 hectares. So if I just change this, and this is a really good thing to do, just have a look at what it would look like. So there's the 132 has moved to 140 because of the 6% increase. So I could always put in 100, and it's $106. So we'll just remove that quickly, and we'll go back to here, 33. I regularly use simple arithmetic to help me understand whether what I'm doing is working or not. I'm just jumping a step now. I want to pretend that what we're looking at is the cash flow worksheet, and you've got some months and you've got a whole heap of things going on that cash flow. One of the things might be all of the crop costs and all of the forage crop costs, which might be your kale and fodder beet here. How do we get this coming through? Most of you know how to do this. Equals. And we want to pick up that value. We hit enter, we look at it, it's coming from that worksheet, and we just drag it across. And those of you who are thinking, and that's all of you, are saying, Dave, what are you up to? Because that's just one crop. That's correct. So we need to go back and think in terms of the fact you will add the wheat to the peas and the ryegrass, and in other words, you will have a number of these blocks that refer to each of the crops. It's been a busy semester and a busy few weeks. I hope that this is helpful while you're on the break, while you're working up on your cash flow budget. Don't be afraid to email me while I'm away. I'll be happy to do my best to help. Okay, best wishes. Thanks for listening.